When Gautama, the Buddha, was asked, is it better to walk alone or in company? He said, it's better to walk alone than to walk with a fool.
Exactly, guys. And today here in my country now we are basically almost 1 a.m. I'm here doing this video, this content for you because I've been outside with my old friends. You know, they basically are always out there hanging out, being drunk, etc. And they say to me today, bro, you're different. What's happened to you? Why you are so sad? Why you are so quiet? And to be honest, I I was so quiet because I deeply changed inside myself, and I looked at guys. I don't want to judge them. It is what it is. Everybody has some their life, but now on a completely different level, and I really feel what Gautama said. It's better to walk alone than to walk with a fool, because at the end of the day, you have to take you down to stay on the same level of other people. That is, unfortunately, I don't want to judge them, but unfortunately they live the average life because it's more easy, and I clearly understand their choice, because it's more easy to get drunk and just have fun with no ambition. So let's continue.
Well, that's him, not me. He was quite sure that only a fool will walk with you. So he said, it's better to walk alone than to walk with a fool.
That's right. Really feel this
Certain law in
quote.
this country says, when you want to do a short and quick journey, walk alone. When you want to do a long journey, walk in company. But the important thing is, who is walking with you?
I think this is the most important question because to be honest, I don't really like the Instagram motivational page, motivational speech, motivational video, reels, etc. because I think sometimes the content is good, but it's too much. That's my humble opinion, okay? But this piece of content, in my opinion, is very important because if you want to become a kind of people, if you want to become a kind of a certain kind of person, it's very important to understand and to choose to pick the right person to walk in with you by your side.
Not always being together is a good thing. Many times being together can be a nuisance. So, first and foremost, unless you are a twin, even then, we come along and we go along. If one does not know how to be by himself or herself, then being together can be a lot of nuisance. We are referred to as human beings. Human beings means every other creature is what it is simply because of what it does. But a human being can simply be, which is a unique quality of the human being, that we can simply be, that we are not compulsive action, that's what it means. Our action is conscious and judicious. But generally, when people get together, generally, people are in compulsive action.
That's right. I don't know if you already know, but I studied psychology and I was graduated in psychology and the psychology of group of people always says that when we are inside a group, we act not as human being but as a member of that group. We share the culture, the values, and many things. So let's say the supporter of some football team. Okay, maybe I can meet the most beautiful guy or girl in the world, but if I'm I don't know, a football team supporter and you're the opposite team supporter, we're gonna fight just because we represent not ourselves but that groups. So it's very important the people that you know decide to hanging out with and to connect with, because they're going to influence your choice 100%. Doesn't matter how strong you are.
It can be an association where there could be a purposeful action, or it can be a gang where there can be a more purposeful action,
Yeah,
or it can be a crowd which can be a compulsive
yeah.
action.
It's like a predator, you know. It's like a predator is alone and a group of sheep or group of some animals. When someone start to run, they follow that guy, and even if that guy is going to run into the most dangerous thing, they're going to follow him. They're going to follow the group. Doesn't matter. Okay, because they don't discuss the group. They just follow them. That's all. So when you are in the crowd, if you are enough strong, you can decide to get out of that crowd. But if you decide to stay into, you will act impulsively and they're going to influence your choice. And you will be trapped.
So essentially, to be human means we have reached that point of evolution within ourselves that if we wish, we can simply sit here, just be. We can consider as to what action to take and what not to take. This is definitely individual. When individuals come together, we say, it's we in plural, but still it is individuals who have to come together. To be an individual means you are not further divisible. That means you're just one. People find different ways to divide themselves within themselves. In India, with 8,000 years of cultural history, we have invented various words to divide ourselves. It's very common for people to talk in terms of Atma, Paramatma, Ankara, this one and that one. But every culture has this in their own way. When things are going right, when good things are being done, if you ask people, they say, yes, I did it. When things don't go right, when things go wrong, then they will try to find somebody. If they don't find anybody, He's always there.
This is funny because I don't remember now the guy, but I think it's something related to happiness. A guy that wrote a book or something like that. I don't remember now, but I heard and I listened a podcast, and that guy, yeah, that guy brought a book, and at a certain point, he gave this book for free on his Google Drive at the beginning, if I remember well now the book, the podcast, and there is a page where he said he wrote happiness is your responsibility, and at that specific word people just 90% of people close the book, because no one wants to take responsibility for failures or for bad things, and but this is the only way to grow up and to be a better human being.
When they are very wonderful, of course they take pride in being how wonderful they are. When they turn nasty, they say it was my ego. Mr. Ego is always a fall guy. So individual needs, but if I'm wonderful, it's me. If I'm nasty, it's me. All of you. Are you 24 hours wonderful? Hello? Are you 24 hours wonderful?
It's something that we have to learn to accept ourselves as one entity, you know. So even the worst part of us is important. Um, we don't have to justify the worst part of us, but if we deny that part, we can't become another being. We must recognize that part to do something about it, you know, so it's very important.
No, sometimes wonderful, sometimes nasty, sometimes beautiful, sometimes ugly. It's okay. If we understand, it is me who is capable of being absolutely wonderful, and it is me who is capable of being absolutely nasty another moment, then gradually the number of moments of
Yeah,
nastiness
exactly.
will keep on receding.
Exactly.
If
Yes.
I see what is wonderful is me, what is nasty is me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say. Consciousness. Consciousness means that you have to understand every single part of you, every single part of this world, if it's possible. And it's the same for loneliness. When you have to feel this sensation, but this sensation is not you. This feeling is not you. It's important to recognize this feeling as normal and facing that feeling and figure it out how you can live and you can facing this without any problem, because if you want to have an extraordinary life, it means that you're going to be alone, because it's extraordinary. If you want to be in good company, you have to be ordinary. You know what I mean?
India will have many words. It's my karma. What can I do? Now, you must fix this. Being an individual is very important. That means you're not further divisible. If I'm wonderful, it's me. If I'm nasty, it's me. If I succeed, it's me. If I fail, it's me. You have to fix this. I'm just asking you a simple question. Within this, how many people? Hello? How many people within you? 1, 2? Only one. If you're one, you're a normal human being. If you're more than one, you're either schizophrenic or you're possessed. psychiatrist or an exorcist. But you will see whenever things don't go right, another guy will pop up from somewhere. So, becoming an individual means you killed all those pop-ups and just said, this is me. This what is me has many dimensions. If I don't see this as an individual, I cannot divide this further, then transformation will not happen.
Exactly. This is very important. As I said again, if you don't recognize that the worst part of you, the part that you don't accept as part of you, if you don't realize why you act like this, why you this happening, etc., or something happened in your life, because maybe some people leave you, or because you leave some people, or just because you uh, must facing some obstacles. You have to embrace obstacles because it's going to give you the power to change direction, because maybe the universe is going to tell you, okay, this direction is inside your comfort zone, and now I have to put an obstacle in front of you, and you have to accept this obstacle, and you have to change direction in order to achieve your goals, your duty. Same things, the part of you that is our obstacle for your success, you have to facing this part of you, you have to embrace this part of you, and you have to use this part of you to become a better human being.
If transformation does not happen, if people come together in that state, there will be more mess than solutions. All creatures hang out together, whether it is various wild creatures, most of them hang out together. Even monkeys, who are just one step behind us, they are also in bunches. It is only human being who can sit alone and transform himself or herself, because this is the prerogative of being human, that we can simply be. This is why you are called human being. You are capable of being. You are not in a compulsive state of activity. If you want, consciously you can evolve. In this evening you can evolve, if you are willing. It doesn't take 1,000,000 years, because our evolution is not biological anymore. Our evolution is conscious. For every other creature, it is fixed. Nature has fixed 2 lines within which every other creature lives and goes. But once you have come as a human being, there is only bottom line, there is no top line. There is no limit as to how a human being can become. So before we associate ourselves with people, it will be good every day in the morning or a certain period of your life, if one withdraws, to spend a little time with oneself and see how, in what ways can this be a little better than the way it was yesterday, this life. How it can be a little better life than what it was yesterday. Because most people are coming together for their needs. To fulfill needs, people come together.
That's true. And human being is a social being, but the true nature of human being is loneliness being, because we can transform ourselves only if we recognize the real self that is inside us. And you must be alone, quiet, and to really understand and to really feel the silence inside you, the emptiness inside you. Because if you know, everybody needs other people, for security, for money, for love, for the confirmation of the self, etc. But this is the comfort zone. Okay, when you are not you're feeling not good, you want your mother, you want your wife, husband, your father, etc. You want someone that you trust into, and because you need them. The same thing is if you have some problem with relationship, okay, you need that people, because that guy, that girl, that woman, that man give you some kind of feeling, fulfill you in a certain way, okay. And this is harmful because we going to trap ourselves into some relationship because we are afraid to live deeply.
Some people come together to fulfill a purpose or a cause. Some people come together to eat, drink, and be together because they cannot be alone.
Exactly.
This is something that every human being must do. A certain period of time. You do one thing, just 24 hours. Take a break from everything, not today, right now you're among people. You take a break sometime, just 24 hours. And don't read, don't watch television, don't use a phone. Simply sit in your room, alert, not sleeping. And if you watch the nature of your mind, you yourself will certify this is a madman. Because for most people, their mind cannot stay on any one thing. Unless they're in activity, simply they cannot be here. In compulsive state of psychological activity is on. When you are like this, you cannot be. That means you cannot be a human being.
This is exactly what happened to me at the beginning when I started to meditate. I realized that I cannot be in the present moment. I cannot be just sit quiet with the eyes closed for like 30 seconds. And I already said this thing in my first video, and in that moment I realized, damn, who control my life if I cannot decide to stay with the eyes closed for like 1 minute? Okay, because we are always involved in activities, okay, on a smartphone, on computer, on laptop, at work, cinema with our girlfriend, boyfriend, mother, etc., etc., dogs. We are not just simple in the present moment. And even when we talk with someone, maybe we just think about past, the future. So we never live for real in the present moment, never.
Being has to happen. Only then togetherness will be very rich. If you know how to be by yourself, then coming together will be hugely rewarding and of tremendous value. That means we came together consciously.
Okay guys, this video is done. Just want to spend few words again. I decided to do this video because I feel, and I'm feeling now inside myself, the desire to share with you these feelings, because many of you maybe are in the same situation and they feel like weird, but you are not weird. You are just evolving, and maybe the people around you just not are stuck in the same place. And don't be trapped in this behavior because you are not wrong. You are doing well, and yeah, you must facing loneliness if you want to evolving. It's not it's not good. It's not the best sensation, the best feeling in the world, but it's necessary because normal people, average people is average people. Okay, so if we want to live an extraordinary life, we're gonna be few of us. So you must never give up, and continue on your path, because you are on the right path. If you are alone, if your friend never recognizes you, you are on the right path. So never give up.